Yo, what's going on, E7 fam? I'm Sue, and this is my beginner's guide to challenge mode Abyss Floor 16. Floor 16 will have you facing off against Arbiter Vildred in what is a relatively simple floor after how hard challenge mode Floor 15 was. In order to get 3 stars on the floor, just don't trigger Arbiter Vildred's Outrage and play 3 or more light heroes. So let's talk about how you don't trigger Outrage. It is tied to this passive here, Awaken Darkness. At the end of an enemy's turn, when the enemy has 21 or more souls, grants Outrage. Simply put, just play characters that have 10 cost soul burns and use it when appropriate, so that way you don't go over 20 souls, right? So you don't have 2 of the soul icons at the bottom of the screen, and you're pretty much good to go. A couple other mechanics to talk about. Vildred gains combat readiness at the end of each of your turns if you have too many souls. I believe it's 5 or more, so that further encourages you to start using your souls. When he goes under 50% health, he will use his Descending Blade move here, Dark Blade, and transform into his RTA skin variant, where he will summon a bunch of demons that have AoE burn attacks. So having some AoE damage to kind of chip those down would be appreciated. And the final thing to keep in mind is that if you kill him and you have 10 or more souls, he revives. So you basically have to kill him with a soul burn attack to guarantee that he stays dead when you clear this floor. Pretty simple, as long as you remember all of those things. Alright, now that you know the mechanics, let's talk about who we are playing and why. Starting with our tank and first of our light units, Unbound Knight Arwell, who used to be one of the best tanks in the entire game, so if you're new, you might not necessarily know that. What makes her so strong is that she has Escort built into her kit, which is essentially the artifact Aureus. So she doesn't need Aureus, you can instead play something like Adamant Shield here, and just double up on your mitigation. As for how we build her, we want health percentage on the necklace, health or effect resistance on the ring, and boots are speed. I say effect resistance because if you're a veteran player, you might be able to afford getting some of that while maintaining the bulk. That makes it so that the escort buff can't get stripped by Arbiter Vildred because his basic attacks do strip your various buffs and things like that. Try to have her skill tree leveled if at all possible. It'll make things a lot easier for you. Second light character is going to be Magic Scholar Doris, and this is going to be our healer, and that is largely because how Magic Scholar Doris works is she reduces damage from dark units. You're only fighting dark units, so that's super good. Whenever she gets hit by dark units, it heals your team and could potentially give you a defense buff, assuming that you have the skill tree level. She is literally the healer you play when you're fighting mono dark compositions, and since we need a light character, and this is literally her niche, that is why we are playing Doris. For the artifact, you want Prophetic Candlestick because her cooldowns are long, so if she gets hit by an AoE attack, it can help accelerate her healing and make her actually, save somebody in case you need it. As for how we have the right side gear, health percentage on the necklace, health percentage on the ring, and the boots are speed. For our third character, I am going with Savior Auden because the only other light character that I could guarantee you have in this slot is going to be Camilla from the Connections. The thing is, Arbiter Vildred, like we talked about, he strips a lot of buffs, and if Camilla can't maintain attack buff the entire game, it's pretty bad. She's very not impactful, and you can't play her with Commander Lorena because of the challenge mode restriction. You can't have duplicate classes, so yeah, Camilla doesn't feel super good. So instead, I went with Savior Auden as our primary damage dealer, largely because her accompanying artifact that you get for just unlocking her is sort of Cyclic Seasons, which means that she does bonus damage to dark units. It's a mono dark team, so why not play Savior Auden? As for how we have her built, you want critical hit damage on the necklace, attack percentage on the ring, and the boots are speed. And then the final member can be whatever you want as long as they have a 10 cost soul burn. I have decided to go with Mercedes because 1, I know everyone has her. 2, she gives attack buff for my Savior Auden with Blazing Eye of Cal, which will help with our damage. And 3, she has a lot of AoE attacks in her kit in order to help deal with the actual well, what you want to call them, the demons that Arbiter Vildred summons in his second phase. Regardless, you can play whatever you want here. Anything is fine. Any characters that you want to play in the slot, you are more than welcome to do so. Since we're playing Mercedes, obviously have her powered up after clearing Chapter 3, equipped with Magic for Friends. Necklace is critical hit damage, attack percentage on the ring, and boots are speed. Anyways, now that we know the team and the mechanics, let's jump into an actual fight. Alright, so we'll S3 here for attack buff at the start. We can go for a barrier and a stun here. Defense buff up. Alright, just attack Vildred here. Soul burn. Gotta keep those souls down. AoE here. Hit here. Soul burn again. Alright, we get a counter here. Get our attack buff up for Auden again. We will boost here on herself to have her come zipping back around. Soul burn here. We're just slowly marching Vildred down to 50%. Alright, we'll hold our S3. Let's go here for this. See if we get a strip here. Got a barrier strip. Nice. Soul burn here. Got a blind. Alright, let's stun this one, just to get a barrier here. Alright, we soul burn here. Alright. We'll boost Doris up so that way she could come back around. Get our attack buff here. If this hits, it might push. Okay, it did not. Soul burn. Alright, that'll push that dual attack. Now we'll get all these demons that'll spawn. Alright, I'm gonna S3 one of them. Hopefully try to kill it in one hit or very close to it. Defense buff up. Killed the one. Alright, so we go S2 here. Now, see, Arbiter Vildred is moving his way down, so let's soul burn here. Still schmoving here. Alright, let's heal up Arwell. That'll push us up here to be able to soul burn. Stun this. Okay, so we won't be able to soul burn yet. But we'll just kill that. That'll get us to stop CR pushing. Alright, so this is going to CR push him because we're going to have over 5 souls here. Alright, so we'll get our defense buff up, heal Descending Blade, and he'll summon another character. Alright, soul burn here so he doesn't CR push anymore. We'll do this just to get this out of here. It'll CR push him. Alright, so... yeah, this will give us 10 souls, so... we push this up. It only gives 2 souls. Must not have it skilled up enough on this account. Alright, soul burn, because I don't want him to push anymore. Alright, we'll do this for the barrier. Alright, so we'll hit here. Try and get this out of here as fast as we can. 2 quick ones. Soul burn. Got to stop his CR pushing. S1 here for the lifesteal. Buffs. Okay, so he's going to have ultimate in a second here. Alright, so if we kill Arbiter Vildred here, he's just going to revive. So we have to soul burn here. As you can see, because we soul burn to kill him, he doesn't revive there. But had we killed him with S3, he would have revived with 50% health, and we would have had to have done all of that over again. But there you go. That is Abyss Challenge Mode Floor 16 in a nutshell. If you have any questions, or you just played a different comp that you want to let somebody know about, post it down in the comment section below. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and I'll see you all in Abyss Challenge Mode Floor 17. Later now.